I am Raul Castro. I'm a former resident of Tucson, Arizona, and I am here today to welcome all of you, to ask you to remember, don't forget, the work done by the E Company of Tucson, Arizona, the 13th Battalion of Marine Reserve. They went to Korea in 1950. The Korean War is sometimes called the Forgotten War. It would be unconscionable to forget the bravery and sacrifices of these Americans who served their country in a land so far away. These are the stories of E Company of the 13th Infantry Battalion, United States Marine Corps Reserve. More than 100 E Company troops served in the Korean War. Most of these Marines were from the barrios of the town of Hoso Deer, Tucson, Arizona. It is a special privilege for me to introduce these Korean War tales of courage, hardship, and achievement of the men of E Company.
I joined the reserves in '49, right after I was 17.
I joined the Marine Corps Reserves when I was 16 years old.
A lot of guys were joining to get that extra $2.50 a meeting night, I guess it was.
Things were pretty rough in those days, and basically we needed the money and the shoes and the uniforms.
We joked that we joined to get socks and shorts and underwear.
I liked regimental life. I knew what the Marine Corps stood for, and after seeing the Marines in operation, that this was a type of environment that I wanted to lead in.
They took you down to Camp Pendleton during the summer for one week or 2 weeks, I believe, and they paid you. And that was a lot of money in those days.
We were sent to advanced infantry training. It was about 4 months of hell, really. The training was very rigorous. It was a lot of conditioning, a lot of tactics.
Well, during Pendleton, they came up and said, whoever had 2 summer camps, take a step forward. And I didn't know what for, so I did. And next thing I knew, we trained day and night, and then board ship the Noble.
I never heard the word Korea in my life until we got on ship again in Yokosuka, and we was at a board ship, and they started to pass rifles out and ammunition.
And then that's when they told us, you're going to Korea, which I never heard of. Of course, Korea.
All of us thought that when we landed, there was going to be sandy beach and palm trees like we've seen in the movies.
We ran into a typhoon. It's the first time I had ever been, well, in a typhoon, and that was some experience.
Like we all say, we were boys, we came back as men. Seeing the children suffer, and my friends die. It's hard.
Well, this buddy of mine, Mickey O'Hare, went over and said, Ed, you're bleeding all over. I said, well, so are you. I said, so he tried to get up and he couldn't. His whole knee was blown out. And I had shrapnel in my head and the side of my body. But it wasn't anything too serious.
I got hit through the chin, and it shattered my chin, broke my jaws, knocked most of my teeth out. And as I was going down, I got hit in my upper chest. Then they called in the helicopters, because we're getting hit real hard. And the helicopter was in, took off, and they shot it down by enemy fire. So they had to bring me down in a stretcher from the mountain and put me on a truck to take me to a field hospital.
We had a bond, and that bond still exists.
We are just like brothers. We are very, very closely associated with each other.
I think it's important that we try to preserve the history of the E Company. And it's sort of a unique story, I think. I don't think there's too many other towns in the United States that have had units like ours.
All these young kids from different economic backgrounds could band together, succeed in war, and then come back to serve their city, to go into different positions and contribute again to their entire community.
To me, these people did an outstanding job for the Marine Corps, and I'm extremely proud of all the people that I served with.
When we got back, I'm really glad that a lot of them finished their schooling. They got good jobs. We practically ran the city of Tucson.
They were known as the Barrio Boys, and they served their country with their hearts and determination. When they came back, they knew that they could do more for their country, for their community especially, either through a Devil Pups program, the Toys for Tots, feeding the hunger, doing special programs for even the families. We're not just talking about members here or Marines, we're talking about anywhere between 3 to 4 generations that have been involved with the Tucson detachment. So their hearts are here, their values are here, and the traditions are here also.